Gary Mahan purchased and refurbished a small 18-acre quarry in Warren Township during 1966. The site became known as Dockwatch Quarry Pit.
After many years of being in the quarry business, originally we started back in the late 60s with a very small quarry operation, Dockwatch, and then as time progressed, we had the ability to move to Millington. Currently, I'm standing here at the very bottom of Millington. As you can see behind me, the rock reserves are about finished. The gray rock is now changing over to red rock, and the end is near.
A number of denominators seem to be common with the Gary Mahan operation: leadership, commitment to quality product, and development of delivery systems to serve the client. Millington Quarry received national awards in 1990 and 1995 Quarry of the Year Award from the National Stone Association in Washington, D.C. Gary continued his passion with the aggregates industry by purchasing Riverdale Quarry, LLC, with partner William R. Clayton & Sons in 1995. His last acquisition was in 1998 when he purchased Byram Crushed Stone in Sussex County. Now, with all his facilities operating on a very successful manner, he became the target of the national and international producers.
Gary had a vision as to how the aggregates industry should be looked at by the community and where we worked. We helped to build schools, churches, housing for people of all ages, hospitals, and the airports, this way for both business and pleasure. His guidance and direction never wavered with regard to his employees and the aggregate industry. He helped make us better at what we did.
I admire Gary's drive and determination for all of his goals and objectives, and his leadership abilities in keeping all of his employees as part of a gang. And he's been a great leader, a great boss, and a great friend throughout the years.
I have to say that the first thing I learned when I went to work for Gary was that quarries and the term neat and clean were actually synonymous. It was something that was new to my way of thinking about quarries. In addition to that, from an innovation perspective, safety was also one of the things that Gary was very strong at. The third thing I learned was that there's two ways of doing things. It's the Gary way or the wrong way. So you learn very early on that when Gary says, "Don't you think we should?" that means do it. It's not a question, it's a statement.
First thing I just want to mention that what's always stuck with me about Gary was his work ethic. We learned early on that Gary was a tireless worker and would always give 110% with everything he did. I know many times we'd be working together and we'd be working on a project, and Gary would look up and say to us, "It isn't dark yet." And we would keep working on projects and keep working on projects till we got things done.
Aside from the quarry operations, I've always had a love for equipment and antique trucks. So after we took the opportunity to sell our active operations to the Tilcon Group in 1999, I progressed my hobby of restoring antique trucks as pretty much a full-time occupation.
Gary Mahan, a person of integrity and commitment, challenged all his employees to be better at what they did. A personal success story at its very best.